Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town. So, I am not really sure what we're going to do in this episode because I'm not really sure where we're going to go off to. We do have elementalism still training, so that's a thing. As was pointed out in the comments. Wow, I'm not sure where that came from. This farm, I didn't have to have the apple trees at all. I could have just used berries on the kitchen and the jam. So it's possible to run this on just berries instead. So that's a thing that's I didn't realise, but yeah, well, it's running on jam and berries and everything now. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all sort of working. We are getting cakes. Everyone is happy. Struggling a little bit for corn, but that's just kind of the way of it at the moment. So, I am going to actually see whether we can connect our farm. We can't. Farms cannot be connected to the Steam network. Okay, so you can't boost them that way. That's fine. Right. So, I do kind of want to move the village. I don't want to move the village here. A lot of people have said that I could just take these distributors and put them sort of down here. I could put the food one down here so there's less distance to go. That's true. Right now that's true because they can travel whichever distance they want. That's not the intended purpose of them though. They will have a range. So you need to put them somewhere close to your houses. Plus it looks better. I mean, you could build this so much better and so much more efficiently, but you know, aesthetics matter. So right now we've got this here which looks a bit of a mess but works. We've got that there which it looks even worse of a mess, but I like that. I like the conveyors doing stuff. So yeah, and if I move the village I would like to kind of build it properly. I'd like to kind of build, you know, some streets and houses and put in a couple of general stores around it, just leaving space for obviously the trains to get through to deliver the goods. So, but I don't really know where to put that or what to do with it right now. All I know is that we are still struggling for leather, I believe it is. I'm also very confused as to what you were doing. Why have you stopped? I've stopped because of... Aren't you the leather one? You should be the leather one. Why? No, we don't have any leather whatsoever. This is still struggling here. We still need to fix the leather. Leather is a problem, and I'm still kind of stuck on how to do that. I don't know. It's just purely this grain milk is not getting enough grain coming in, so we may have to mix this up with some trains or conveyors or something. I'm not too sure. I had a plan a little while ago to put a third farm in, and then in the last episode I was like, I couldn't figure out how I'd get the conveyors down to do with it, and then I remembered I would know how to do that. So I think I might do that. I'm going to pause game. We're going to put in a third farm. It might seem a little bit crazy, but we are going to put in a third farm, and this ore is going to have to also filter down a little bit because we need to probably move it. So let's clear out these resources here. Right. Also, let's turn off these two farms and let that filter down because we are going to have to redesign some of this, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. We can redo that, let it all down. That will kill our production for the time being and affect our happiness, but I need the space here basically. Okay, so we're going to put in a third farm which will go there. Currently we have corn. Oh, we'll harvest natural corn. Okay, that's interesting, but I'm actually going to remove that because farm tiles, please. Load it. Ah, We've run out of fertilizer as well. That does kind of make sense. We were running kind of low on fertilizer. Plus, these kitchens are using them, and they use up fertilizer a lot more now. So that's a bit of a problem. We have no fertilizer stored in there. Okay. So we are actually running out of fertilizer, which is a bit of a problem, but well, we can fix that. Anyway, let's gut this out. And you'll see what I'm doing. Let me get to it. That right back there. Probably didn't need to go that far, but right. And again, I could do this with trains, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it with conveyors, simply because I can. Actually, I have an idea that's just jumped to my head. We do have the packager, which I've never really used. It allows you to pack and unpack things. So basically, you can store many more items on a single package than you can in that. You need a packager at one end and at the other. So I'm not really sure whether that's actually going to help at all. Not really for this scenario, I don't think. The packager is a good thing when you're delivering long distance. Like here, I could have a packager packaging up the ore, then sending it on a conveyor, and it would send 20 at once, I think it is. I'm not sure. I was just thinking I could put packages in front of the farms. And 3. Have them package your goods up and then send them on one conveyor belt. Then unpackage, unpackage, unpackage. But that, I don't think it's going to help. I mean, it may do. It may. We might need 3. We might actually be able to do it with 1. I'm not sure. I've never used a packager. Let's use the packager because I've never used it. Right. Let's give it a go. It is one item I'd never used in my last playthrough, and let's give it a go. Let's see how this would work. So let's cut the farms back like so. Copy wood notches. Ba-bom. I'm actually not quite sure how to do this now. Maybe. I mean, as much as I like that river there, it's actually kind of getting in the way now. So I can put things on the floor, can't I? Of course. So let's do that. Three. Right. The drawback to this is that I've got to make sure the packager doesn't accept stuff from that. I don't think it will. The same sort of belt layout I was going to do with the other one. Yeah, I'm actually there is no point in having that. It just looks nice, but there's no. Yeah, let's get rid of the river. It was going to put in there so that we could sort out the farms, make them go faster, but it didn't do the job. So let's. Can I get rid of the river, or will it start whinging and moaning when I get up here? No, it's going to be fine. Awesome. Boom, there we go. Right. Put the road back in. So, packages. We're going to need 6 of them, I think. So, 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, and 6. And pack into crate, unpack from crate. Unpack from crate. Unpack from crate. Okay. And then we want to put in conveyors. And some grabbers. Don't need one for the center one, but we're going to do that anyway. Right. And then we need to obviously have these pack into crate. I'm not sure how these work, so I'm just going to build it the way I think they do, and then we'll figure it out from there. We'll leave that last one for the moment. And what I'm going to do is we will come... We'll grab a scaffold block. We'll go 3. Oh, now that's got to be wooden arches. So, all the way across. I'm not going to actually use those there, but right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Little narrow in there, but and then just remain flat, I think. Yes. You're going to have to come up even more than that, though, aren't you? But before we do that, we need to put in the conveyors. And you'll see, but basically the way I'm going to do this is that we're going to have that packager feed that one. So we can go up and over and come back down again. And so that one with the longest conveyor and the highest one, that'll be the middle one, and that'll be the lowest one. And that all works. And that was what I was going to do with the farms. I was going to have that one feed the first one, this second farm feed that one, and the third farm feed that one, and that would work. That would work. This just allows me to have one conveyor per, so it's 3 conveyors for all the packages rather than 1 conveyor per package. Sorry, rather than 3 conveyors per farm, it's going to be 1 conveyor per package. I'm trying to say there. Okay, so that should work for that one. We can then grab wooden arches and run here. 2, 2, 2, get to the desired height. That one there. Awesome. And then the same for here. 1, 1, 2. I think I'll go 1 more. Look about right. Yep, that looks about right. Which way the arrow fade? That way. And of course, we actually need to put the scaffold block arches in. The scaffold block ramps. That would help. Right. Okay. final one. Yep, that should work. Right. And oh, I thought we were running out of belts then. Oh, that was going to be a bit worrying. Right. Wrong. Okay, so that should work. That should work. We've got a triple layer running coming up. We've got the road coming underneath it. That should all work. Apart from obviously the last farm not actually doing anything because we currently don't have the fertilizer for it. But that's fine because I'm going to disable these two temporarily, which yes is going to mess up our food. Oh, right, okay. But we need the fertilizer. We need the fertilizer. So you are going to package, you're going to unpackage. Let's see how this works. Let's increase these up to 10 again. I don't think you need 10 on these. Oh, wow, I can't go to 10 anyway. We've run out of houses. Yeah, we definitely need our leather being worked out. Yeah, there's little packages. See them on there. Awesome. There's the other packages there. They come into the package center. And I'm not sure how many it packages up at once. 4. Package up 4 same up. So it's delivering 4 in one go. Which is the equivalent to 4 belts, essentially. So that is actually a faster process. That's actually delivering goods faster than the 3 belts were. And we can of course increase the speed by adding more conveyors here, which is something that is quite easily doable. We can do that. Do that, and there we go. We're going to have a 5th one coming out. 4th one, sorry, coming out. I believe if you go to 5, that's the cap when it works on 10 workers. So let's do that. Go, and then you should start actually losing. The number should start going down slowly, I believe. Oh dear, sticky tooltips. But unfortunately, you're now filling up on packages and can't actually get them out fast enough on crates. So, oh, okay, and yeah, that's because the belt's going to start filling up. You're not filling up though, and you are kind of the important one. So let's add the added distribution to you as well. And this is how the packages work. I've never used packages before, as I said. I know of them. I know of the concept of them, but I've just never used them. Okay, you can output 5 at a go. And this one won't go because this one isn't blocked up. I think this is just done here because I think the conveyor's full. So now, unfortunately, you can't filter belts vertically, because otherwise I'd say, well, if you can't deliver to this one, deliver to that one, and if you can't deliver to that one, deliver to that one. But I can't. There's no way for me to actually say on that belt there to do it. If it was horizontal, if they were next to each other, and I had a bigger strip coming down, I could do that. I could filter, say, well, if this warehouse is full, move on to the next one. that'd be fine. Although I have just had an idea. I wonder if that would work. You grab packages. What do the packages even look like? Do not know. Packable item crate. Grab item crates. Oh, and don't link to that. And you the same. Grab item crates. Don't know whether you actually can. Don't think you can. I don't think that is working. No. Plus you're full on resources anyway. And you're not getting anything, so no, that's definitely not working. That's got packages in there. But that's not grabbing anything. Okay, so you can't do that. Right. That's fine. That's fine. Right. So that means you're full. You are actually now capped on that. Which hopefully. Oh wow! There we go. Our barn's already full of fertilizer. Awesome. Right. Yeah, package is definitely the way to go. Awesome sauce. Now there is going to be another drawback here. I bet we don't have any grain. We have 4 grain, which is not very helpful. I need more grain. I really need to remember to put grain into. I did have grain into a barn here, didn't I? In the barn, and then I changed this all up, and I keep doing that. Keep doing that. But that's not a problem. That is not a problem. We will grab a barn and put it there, and I will turn you around. Okay. It's only a temporary solution. It's not going to be a permanent one there. So. Okay. Right. So this is finished doing here, so I can move this. I might do a packager for this as well. I don't really know. Packages can't go on chutes though, so probably I won't actually. I could probably stop this and build a little mine up here. But I want to again redesign that as we go. So this is essentially more of a temporary fix to get my leather game, my research game. To be honest with you, I'm going to turn that back on. I don't know why I turned it off, because it still works. I thought the farm was going to actually sit on top of it, but it didn't. So. Farming crops. Not grain. Or grain. Many farms. This actually feels a bit better, to be honest with you. When I first built this system, when I had the 1 grain farm running 3 pastures or 4 pastures, not quite 4, it felt a little bit overpowered. Like the grain mill was a bit, the farms were a bit too much. But now I see how much you need. It feels much more like you do need those great big fields you see, with like the 20 combine harvesters running on it to run things properly. So yeah, happy with that. With the quest for more money, which is good. Money and happiness. Right, things are still going. We apparently have 18 flour in stock somewhere. Or where that's coming from, but it is. That's not at the right height. That's too high. Right. Before I do that, I want to plant the crops in front of it. let's get this last one going as well, and then we'll get our beef running at the same time. Now we can't unfortunately run all of them off there. That's why I wanted to move that. Now I know why. Okay, turn around, stop. Right, we're gonna have to move that to be further around, I think, probably. Yep. Okay, let's do that. Remove. No. Remove all of those. And unfortunately, I did just notice there I managed to break the... Right, it's a bit weird that you can remove scaffold blocks from underneath conveyors, but that's just part of the charm of the game, I suppose. Right. Come on, come on. We will go... That'll do. That'll do. Okay, then we'll regret bringing it down in a minute. Right, so we need now scaffold blocks, like so, and more conveyors, and then some chutes. Ooh. Right, delete that barn and remove these resources here, because we could have them there, but we're not. Right, and then that barn is going to go there. Okay. Like so, and that should all start working again. He says confidently, not being 100% sure. Yes, that seems to be working absolutely fine. If packages could go onto chutes, then I would use a package manager there, but I just don't want to build a great big conveyor belt running around there. Yeah. Right, I actually think now you can go back to being that way, because we're going to have enough crops. I should probably put some more crops into storage somewhere, I know, but I'm not going to. What is that? Don't know. Oh, and there's one there as well. How very strange. Right. Zoom, zoom, and zoom, and then grab, and there we go. And of course, we now have a problem with we can't speed that farm up because that farm is running at 100%. So I'm actually thinking, I might disable these side ones and try and find the balance here. So if I get rid of those, right, and then we will lower the worker speed down 5, 5 still dropping. 6. 6 is just so we're dropping down to 6. Okay. So we're not wasting workers. And then we can speed this one up to 6. Okay. And then once this backlogs, that should get things going. So that's fine. Now, once again, I know people going about the whole watering and fertilizing them, but but they don't need it. They really don't need it. When you've got this many crops around the outside of the farm, they just grow fast enough to not have to worry about fertilizing the crops. If you had multiple farmers farming the same field, then you would do, which means you would technically get more bang for your buck from a smaller area, but space isn't a problem. Not really. So yeah, you don't need to be fertilizing or watering your crops. If the crop growth ever gets slowed down, which I'll be honest with you, I probably think it should slightly, then you would have to look into watering them. So if this was the current speed of growing crops when a tile was watered and fertilized, it would mean you'd have to go around and do that. So dropping all the crop speeds that, but I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of balancing still going on. The game is still pre-release. It's still being worked on. It's still going. So right, you are running at 258 speed, simply because our happiness has dropped now. That's something else as well, obviously, as things drop down because our happiness changes. And our happiness has changed because we're not getting enough of anything in, i.e. we're not getting enough food because we don't have enough fuel. So if I turn these back on, and I keep linking them, I don't think that matters, but yeah, if we keep doing that, then that will get going. Obviously, fertilizer is now half the speed of wood, so wood would be faster to do this. So I could have a forest going there. We do have a coal mine over here I could tap into if I need to, but not really worried about that right now. I'm thinking with this mine, actually, I might use it for something else. I might move my iron production up here as well and put a row of iron around the outside of the mine and have it go off that direction or this direction and run the iron over here. So that's a possibility. The only drawback to that is obviously our cloth conveyor belts are up here because the cloth requires cloth, which no, it's a bit of a problem. Not a major problem. I mean, we have trains. I don't know whether there are any faster trains. Kind of a shame they're just minecarts and not actual trains. We'd have to fill them with coal, or have a train and then you'd put down a train and it'd have one carriage on the back, and then you'd upgrade the train. It would have more carriages, and then you'd have to have like a stop for a steam train. That's probably far too complicated to do, but I would like that idea. I think that would be a good idea. But right, so our steam power is going. That is going. Factories are working. Again, it's kind of a bit of a monstrosity, and I could have used trains to do this, but I actually do think as well that for the distance, conveyor belts are probably faster than trains, because you can see the rail carts. Sorry, I keep saying trains. The rail carts don't travel all that fast. They travel about the same speed as a metal conveyor belt and carry 4 packaging. So I would need lots of carts on the track to get the same throughput that the conveyor belts have. So yeah, I think the trains are really designed for very long distance distribution. Right. You're still struggling to get any leather done, and that's because you cannot process fast enough. That's That's the whole reason. The whole reason is you cannot simply process the grain fast enough. I do need another grain mill there for this. So, yeah, for the leather, I need another grain mill. Which I don't think I can actually do, if I'm honest with you. I do not believe I can do another grain mill in any way, shape or form now. That has been compacted far too far down. So that's a bit of a bummer, but we are going to change things up again in the future as time. I'm constantly changing things up, I know, but I'm going to change it up because I would like to have, rather than bread, I like to have sandwiches. So we're going to need a chicken pen, which probably means I could change this pasture to being leather as well. And have 2 pastures into 1 barn. Although our wool is now struggling as well. So not that barn is actually required there, because we have a barn. Oh no, yeah. What am I talking about? No, that barn is required because that's our wool barn. That's our cloth barn. Okay, right. So we've got our farms going. So I'm guessing this is going to become the farming district. We're just going to have farms here. If I need to put any more farms in, I'll put them behind it. And we'll put in some more farms. And this can become our farming district. And we have a packaging centre. Which I kind of like the idea. Could do that for the town as well. If I had a food market and then a packaging centre, say opposite it, with a conveyor going between the two, or next to each other, or however, then the trains could deliver packages of food to the package manager. So instead of delivering 20 bread, they would deliver 80 bread in one go. Because a packager can package. A packager can package 4 items into 1 crate, and a train can carry 20 items, so it can carry 20 crates. So it can carry 80 items instead of 20. Which would make sense for the long run. If I had things over here and then a town all the way over there, for instance, build a town over here and have trains for the long run, they're delivering 80 a go, which is much better throughput. Much better throughput. I just need to design a town, which is going to be difficult. I mean, a grid town, I want to make it look good. So we're going to have like a couple of houses. It's not going to be a grid. I'm going to have roads in between and make it look a bit more towny, and have these 4 shops distributed amongst the town in different places, not all clumped together in the centre. So that'd be the idea, with packages, package managers, these things near it. You're good. Well, you're all good. You're all full. You're all running at full output, full throughput. Everything is awesome. You're capped out. You not capped out because you're not producing stuff fast enough. You're not getting the animal feed fast enough. Neither are you. So if I was to ever upgrade these pastures any further, it looks like you would need 2 grain mills per pasture. Is wow. Which is proper wow. Okay. Right, so that means that our research has ground to a halt, which is a bit of a problem. I need a way to filter. I'm going to build a crate. We haven't had a crate for a very long time, but I'm going to build a crate. We're going to put the crate there. Okay. And then we are going to say, we're going to grab a splitter from the logistics menu, because I don't have one out in the world that I can copy, and I'm going to put a splitter there. So every other bit of leather is going to go into this crate. which is going to once again slow down our production there, but I want to get our research done. That wagon automatically start. I think I've set that wagon to just grab leather from wherever you can. And it's going, there's no levers, no levers, no levers, no lever, and it's discovered there is leather. Leather is here. But now it knows, which is awesome. I like that. I really like when you just go, find it, find leather somewhere. You're really, really, really in the way there. Come out of the way and take stone brick to there, which is what you're doing, but now you're not on the main path, so that you can get back on the horse. Right. Okay, so there we go. So that is slowing down our cloth, or not cloth, our cloak production. Is that what we're doing now? Cloaks. Again, I'd like to get this going here. I was reading on the on Discord, which again, plug in Discord. If you're not on there, you really should go and have a look. But they were toying with the idea of, Eric was toying with the idea of having like a season in this, having like say a winter comes along, and during the winter, demand for like coats and clothing would go up, but crops would produce slower. Which means you would have to have better storage and better demand. It would bring a bit of diversity into the game, which I'm all for. Obviously, that's a long way down the road yet. I think getting the main game sorted, done, distributed is the better way to go, and then figure it out from there. But I like the idea. I like the idea of having that sort of thing, having a purpose to doing things. So you know, like during the summer, people may want something colder to eat. Not that I know if there is anything colder to eat. Well, like fruit juice, milk, that sort of thing would go up in demand. And then during and like things like stew would go down. But then during the winter, it would swap round, and then coats and things would go up in demand. So just various things. You'd have to have a varying idea of things, but. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to bring this episode to a close. Once again, not a great deal appears to have happened here. I've just realised that we've got loads of fish not doing anything, so let's feed people fish. Obviously, we've sorted this out here. I do need to figure this out here. I'm going to plan a town. I think I'm going to start digging out and putting down roadways and stuff like that. I'll probably do that off camera and then come back when I've got the plan laid out, and we'll move the houses over and figure it out from there. But we can't do a great deal until the research is done. So I think in the next episode, we shall wait for research to be done. We shall then be able to get mana crystals, although I might be able to get mana crystals now and upgrade the base. Well, I'll look into it. I'll see it, and then we will look at building a proper town out in the middle of nowhere somewhere, and distributing all our goods via that. We can leave these here because they can distribute all over the world at the moment. And then we'll move them later and have the trains going up there and make it look good. That I think is important. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.